Here's a tip from a veteran YouTuber. Always do a booger check before you start filming. And maybe work on the camera angle so it's not shooting right up your nose. I don't have a lot of advice to give, but that one I feel confident. Like that's a really good tip. Yeah.
This is the stuff that you intro, so yeah, I know it isn't very long, but I hope you will enjoy this video.
Alright then, so I'm filming this with my last phone. I pretty much filmed all my videos heretofore on some iPhone. I think I have like one or two that I used a camera, and they're like the lowest quality. Anyway, I've got all of them sort of charged and ready for use because we took them to the US with us over the winter vacation so that Emma, our daughter, could watch her favorite shows and stuff and be entertained on the 12-hour plane ride. Well, that's one of the plane rides. Oh man, it was a nightmare. So yeah, this will just be kind of like a video of me talking about my winter break and what's new and what's new, like stuff. And hopefully it won't go an hour, but I'll try to keep it somewhat chronological. So yeah, it'll be kind of, I don't know, I didn't plan anything, but anyway, Happy New Year. And may this 2019, may this year be unexpectedly good for everyone who's watching this video. And I hope that we can all be better people by the end of it. And not only because we've suffered, but because good things have happened too. And I also hope that we can find ways to bless other people this year. And I haven't made a New Year's resolution. I don't really do that, but I guess if I were to do that, one of them would probably be to try to get my driver's license in Japan this year, finally. I've just been putting it off because it hasn't really been necessary, but yeah, maybe this year I'll try to do it. I mean, I got married, bought a couple houses, have my permanent visa, which I got before I even got married. That's really hard to do in Japan. Kind of learned the language, you know, but getting a driver's license, I haven't done that yet. Had a kid, you know. Right, so anyway, hope everyone's well. Hope you had a great Christmas and got to spend some good time with your family. I'll try to talk about some of that here momentarily. But yeah, so in fact right now, how about right now? Almost right now. Before, basically all the time I'm watching, not all the time. Sometimes I send stuff to my cousin. Let's just keep it simple. And then I figure if he's going to come visit, he can bring it, or if I visit there, I can get it, or he can send it, whatever. But a lot of times there are things that I want I simply can't send to Japan without using like some kind of a in-between middleman service thing, and I'm just not down to do that. So yeah, this time we ended up going back. So there were some things waiting for me, and I thought I'd show a few of those things first, and then maybe talk about the trip a little bit, and then show some other things. I bought a bunch of stuff today. Spoiler, our trip was such a disaster. It was about 10 days in the US. I bought, and that was not only because of this, but partly, I bought nothing video game related. Like nothing. Zero. Me, I bought nothing. So, talk a little bit about that, I guess. But, yeah, so we decided to try to fly back while Emma's less than 2, so we don't have to pay for her to have her own seat, because even if we get her own seat, she's going to want to be, you know, with us, so it wouldn't matter. And so we bit the bullet on that and decided to do it. And then the night before our flight left, December 23rd, we don't know for sure what happened, but my wife thinks maybe we got food poisoning. All three of us were barfing, and it wasn't pretty. And it was, like I said, the night before we had to leave for our flight. And fortunately our flight was in the afternoon, so we had a little bit more time to recover. But I honestly, for a few hours, thought maybe none of us were going to make the flight. And it's not a refundable. They weren't refundable tickets. And then I thought maybe I was going to go alone, and, you know, I just didn't know. But when I feel nauseous, I mean, I guess it depends on the whole situation, but this time it was just I felt nauseous, you know? And so, yeah, sometimes, let's just say, I have this strategy, which is just get it all out, just do it, you know? Your body's trying to get rid of something, so let's help it. So I don't have a problem with eating, even though I know I'm probably going to throw it back up. And I mean, I wouldn't do that if it were a continuous kind of thing, but in my experience, it's been like, instead of just feeling crappy all day and be like, oh, just eat. And I mean, in my case, I just eat and get it out, and this is what happened. So I did. Because we didn't have any food in the house because we were about to leave for vacation. Cup of ramen, like a big one, really rich, kind of buttery one. And I just ate it. Tasted great. Didn't taste so good when it came out, but after that, I felt fine. Like that, I was done. But yeah, my wife didn't employ the same approach, and I don't know if that's why or whatever. I'm not saying anything like that, but anyway, I was fine. She was up all night, going to the restroom. Our daughter, she threw up a few times during the day. I don't think she did during the night. So she seemed like maybe she was okay the next day. But anyway, we were all really tired because we were dealing with our own things and then each other, taking care of each other. But somehow we managed to get packed. I had a $1,000 check that I needed to take to the US because I needed to cash it in person. I'd been holding on to it for a year. It expired today. Or it expires today. It expired on the 7th. It's going to be the 8th in like 49 minutes. So 51 minutes. I don't know. So that sucked. I forgot to pack it. Forgot to pack it. I didn't have time to pack it because we were so sick and tired and everything. Like, our schedule got all thrown off. I always pack the day before the day of the trip because I can focus and make sure I get everything done. That's just how my mind works. I like to do everything at once. And I had set it aside so it would be easier to do, but anyway, I didn't have it with me when I got back, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to be issued that check again. It's complicated because it has to do with stuff with my dad before he passed away. So that sucks, but I mean, I'm not going to let it get to me. Anyway, so we had our flight, and some good news, or I don't know, like, we got a shuttle to the thing, and on the flight, well, we got on the plane, and we had been upgraded to business class. I didn't know that we were upgraded to business. Like, last time I checked, we were definitely not business class. My wife thought that I had, like, you know, paid a lot extra for that to happen as like a surprise. And like, there was a part of me that wanted to be like, well, I don't know, and just, you know, play it off like I did something, but I didn't want to tell her about it. But that's just not in me. Like, it's not, I don't think that it's necessarily wrong to do that. I don't know. You know, you could just play games or whatever, because some couples are like that. Whatever. I told her what happened. I was like, look, man, I think they just upgraded us because they wanted to get us away from people because we had a toddler. Or maybe they felt for it. I'm not sure what the motivation was, but it was awesome. It was so awesome. Unfortunately, its awesomeness was not to be enjoyed to the full extent because Emma just wouldn't sleep on the plane. She was good. She wasn't bad. She just was bored, or she was busy or interested in different things. She wanted to touch everything and push all the buttons, and, you know, she wanted to be with Mom, but then she wanted to be with Papa, and it's like, it was ongoing for pretty much the whole flight. I think she slept for like 30 minutes at one point. It was a long, long flight. Good food. We had tablecloths and like real wine glasses and everything, but it's like, don't want to drink too much because I got to take care of my wife and my daughter, and, you know, I just definitely couldn't enjoy it the way I would have liked to by getting wasted. No, I mean, just enjoy everything. But at the same time, it's probably because we flew with Emma that we got upgraded. So thankful for that. So thanks, United. And then we got first class for the domestic because we had to do a switch in San Francisco, which I don't care. I hate that airport. At least switching from international to domestic, I pretty much just hate that airport. People are rude. I mean, of course, there are exceptions, but in my experience, people are rude. Power harassment everywhere. Like, and this is my favorite at airports. I'm sorry, what was that? You need to listen. Yeah, you need to not mumble. And of course, half the people flying through there aren't native English speakers. Maybe not half, but a lot, especially in the international. So, I mean, it's hard. I can't understand sometimes what people are saying, because I feel for them. They say the same thing all the time, right? I get that. And it's a hard job. It's aggravating, and you're going to lose your patience. But don't mumble. Just in general in life, don't mumble. Oh, no mumble. Right, so anyway, somehow we got through everything, and we finally made it to Portland. Oh, we were so tired. And my aunt and cousins came to pick us up, so that was nice. And Emma had never ridden. I don't know if this is true. Well, I guess she hadn't ridden in a car seat the way that we had one set up for her before, and she was not having it. So we did not get her in the car seat really on the way home, and that was not good. But later she adjusted to it, and it worked out. So that was really good. But we were worried about that because in Oregon you really they're hardcore about the car seats, and that's fine. I get that. Anyway, so we got there, and they were still not 100%, but we were tired, and then we kind of crashed. And then for Christmas Day, a bunch of people came over, and we were all feeling good. We were, tired, jet lagged a bit, but we weren't pukey or anything. Didn't have any symptoms, no fever, nothing. So we're like, okay, good, that's over. And then from that night maybe, or maybe from the next day, my wife got a fever, and she started having running nose and cough and all this stuff, and headache, and just tired, weak. And that was the rest of the trip. That was it. I mean, I still did stuff and went places and took her with me, but it was a constant struggle of how much can she handle, and now we're too far away from our kind of base, and am I being a horrible person by not going back immediately? Because I don't know when the next time is we're going to go, because it's too much. It's just too much to travel with a toddler, and I don't know. So it was really hard for her, and she wasn't really looking forward to the trip anyway, because it's wasn't for her. It was for my family and for my friends to see Emma. That was it. I mean, people I guess are happy to see me, but it's just, you gotta. It was Emma on tour. And she was great, Emma was. I mean, she wasn't shy with people, and she was just fun, and she was really good. I mean, for the most part, she was too, crazy. She would climb up on the coffee table and jump off of it, which wasn't my favorite thing. But, I mean, I feel like she lived up to the cuteness expectations and exceeded them. And they were high. They were high expectations. So that was really nice. It was so wonderful, because I mean, there are people in my family that are not necessarily that healthy, and it's just a special thing to know that they got to meet her, and hopefully they'll get to watch her grow up, but we don't know. Hopefully I'll get to watch her grow up. We don't know that we have another day. That's another tip from a veteran YouTuber. You do not know that you have tomorrow. So yeah. All right, so anyway, let's talk about some stuff that I got, because the whole story about the Christmas thing, anyway, I mean, I'll just say it quickly. Flying back was miserable as well. My wife was still sick. She was sick the whole time. I felt so bad for her. Went to a doctor and everything, and there's a whole health insurance issue and blah, 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 but yeah, they're yeah, you're probably getting over the flu or whatever, and then she got the fever again, so who knows. But she flew with a mask on. She was very conscientious about that. And nobody threw up on the way back, but we didn't have business class. We were stuck in 4 seats with 2 for the 3 of us, and the person next to me was nice and understanding, but it's yeah, or maybe it was 3 seats in the middle. I don't know. Nice at first, but then once everything got going, I was just 100% focused on dealing with daughter and wife, and couldn't really talk to him. And he lives up the road from me, it turns out. And I don't know. Too tired to make new friends. Too busy. But I could talk to you sometimes. So some of the stuff that I had sent to my cousin was there waiting for me, and it was a few days into the trip before I even had time or energy to really open it. And I don't remember really what all of I bought some Neo Geo Mini controllers, because they were normal price, and I had them shipped there because they wouldn't ship them to Japan. And I bought a remote control for a Blu-ray player, because the one that I had with it wasn't working. It's $7, I bought some books. I'm not going to show those, but I bought some books. Quite a lot of books, actually, because, they're really heavy to have them shipped here. But in the suitcase, especially in the check-in luggage with United, they didn't weigh it. Some airlines will weigh it, but that's another good thing about United. But yeah, the food, though, in economy was horrible. And I'm usually okay with airline food. Like, I know it's really, really bad, but I'm always able to just get through it. But this was bad. It was really bad, like, shockingly. I mean, I still ate a lot of it, but a lot of it I just left. And the service was okay. Kinda. I wouldn't say good. Guy in front of us was basically watching porn. I mean, it wasn't porn, but it was like, there were moments that were very naked and sex happening on the screen, like right in front of us. I'm like, that's appropriate. I mean, what's the deal with that? It's okay. How do you feel about that, people? I mean, I wasn't down. I wasn't enjoying the fact that, like, you can just watch porn on the plane and everybody can see it, like your kids, you know? But, yeah. So, I got Xenogears. And when I buy stuff on eBay, which I bought this, I always am taking a big risk because I don't even know if they sent it. By the time I get it, the listing will have been deleted. I think it's on for 60 days. I don't even know what the description was. It was probably something like good. This thing is in horrible condition. I mean, like, it's complete, but the discs, no, not so much. I don't know if you can really see. There you go. Look at all of those scratches. That is not... There's no way that if that was listed honestly, I would have bought it. Because I'm not interested in, I mean, unless it was like $5, you know. But I wanted to have this game. Stand tall and shake the heavens. And that's because the Xeno series is interesting to me, because I've been playing some of the Xenoblade games, and I spent a lot of time on Chronicles 2. So, anyway, it's nice to have for the shelf. I don't even know if it'll work. I didn't pay a lot for it. I mean, it wasn't horribly expensive, but man, the discs are in bad shape. I bought this, and again, I don't remember what the description was, whether it was sealed and slight rip or whatever, and I would have kept this sealed, and I might still just keep it this way, but this is one of my favorite movies of all time on VHS. And I'm not really trying to collect VHS necessarily, but there are a few movies it's cool. I have a Princess Bride. It's right over there, actually, a Japanese one. I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's called Princess Bride Story in Japan. And it's also sealed, and I think it might have a little rip as well. But, like, I don't know. They were cheap enough that I felt like it was cool that they were sealed. But I have this on Blu-ray. I even have it on a UMD for PSP. I have a DVD, a couple different DVDs. If there's a Laserdisc, I want that, you know what I mean? But this movie just lifts my spirits. It's heartwarming. It's hilarious and wonderfully original. I don't know. And it's filmed close to, like, in a location that looks very similar and is very similar in many ways culturally to where I grew up. So there's that. So... I keep thinking I have all of the shoot-'em-ups for the Super Famicom and Super Nintendo, and then I keep finding other ones that I don't have, and this is one that I didn't have, so now I have it. And the person shipped it with this, so that was cool. It's Williams Arcade Greatest Hits, and this has Defender, Defender 2, Sinistar, Robotron 2... Huh? Robotron 2004, and Joust, so... 5 great arcade hits in one package. That was neat, because I don't have very many boxed Super Nintendo games at all. Yeah, and the other stuff, like I said, some controllers for Neo Geo Mini, not a ton of stuff. And books. Right, so then the trip happened. We had Christmas, and my cousins and my aunt were generous. One cousin gave me a Seattle Seahawks, like, jacket, which was really neat. And I missed the game against the Cowboys. I thought it was Sunday and it was Saturday apparently. And then I saw the score without meaning to. I'm just like, oh, okay. Well, that's awesome. Whatever. Par for the course at this point. So my cousin got me this. So I have the Japanese one and the American one. And we got it out and played it a bit. It got a little bit munted in the suitcase. But I mean, they're selling them for like $60 or less now, so whatever. And we had fun with it. Like, it's nice. It's a nice toy. It's not the greatest thing ever, but it's cute. So I'm gonna say it was a great Christmas present. Really, really nice of him to do that for me. Also, this was in my stocking, and I just thought this was funny, so I'll talk about it to break things up a bit. This is Pendleton Blended Canadian Whiskey Litterbuck. So there's the Pendleton Roundup in Oregon. I'm from Oregon. And so that's the sort of theme of this, right? But it's Canadian whiskey. It's like made in Canada. But then it's imported from Canada to Hood River, Oregon. So, like, the only thing Pendleton about this is the fact that it says Pendleton on it. But I don't have any wine in the house at the moment, or at least none that I'm can open, just for me, because it's our wine. So I'm just gonna pour that. Look at that, 2 fingers, neat, into a Jameson Irish whiskey glass, and I know I'm drinking beer already, but whatever. Toast the new year. Might as well just mix that with Coke or something. It's not bad, it's not Scotch. It's really sweet. It burns a bit at the end, it's kind of nice, it's warm. Pretty smooth, but it's really sweet. A little bit too sweet, I would say, but yeah, it's okay. It's a blended whiskey, so. But I would definitely take a Jameson over that. But it would mix well, I think. I don't think I have anything to mix it with. Anyway, like, I'm so tired. I'm sorry, I'm low energy. I should hold up a cat or something, or like a toddler. But everyone's sleeping. That's what I should probably be doing too. Okay, so this is another thing that I wanted, what I'm about to show you, but I just was like, that's kind of dumb to buy that, because I already have almost the same thing, and it's expensive. But then I didn't know what to ask for Christmas, and my aunt really wanted to know, and I was like, well, I mean, I'd love to have this, but I didn't expect her to buy it. She totally bought it. And she got me these really cool pajamas that make it look like I'm riding on the back of a teddy bear. But she got me this, and I have not had time to even open it yet. But it's the Christmas Neo Geo Mini, so that completes the trilogy. No, the trifecta, the triumvirate, the triple play, the TriStar. I don't know. Neo Trio. That's it. It completes the Neo Trio. I'm so clever. I bet you didn't know I was this clever. I sure didn't. Anyway, it's so ugly that it's beautiful. In Japanese, dasakawa, which actually means it's so ugly it's cute. A lot of dogs are like that, you know, like pugs or whatever. Good thing I did that booger check. So maybe this whiskey's better than I thought. Perhaps I owe it to this whiskey, Neo Trio. 3 places for it. Yeah, anyway. So this is a pretty cool thing. And I'm not going to do an unboxing because I'm lazy. I'll probably open it and play it. I think there are only 15,000 of these in the world. I will tell you that I am not planning to apply this horribly ugly sticker setup. This one is similar, I believe. I can't remember which one it's like. Is it like the American one, or is it like the... Or are they the international one, or is it like the Japanese one? I'm not sure. Anyway, I like that it's red, but I'm not all about the reindeer or whatever. I still haven't even decided if we're going to have Santa Claus in our house. I feel like my wife's going to have the last word on that, though, so probably we are. Okay, so what else? I meant to talk about this, and this is interesting, I guess. I've really wanted what I'm about to show you for a long time, since it came out. But it's totally, like everything I'm showing, basically, totally unnecessary, totally frivolous. And so I didn't buy it new because that was like frivoulouser. But I don't know why. I mean, I was looking at some and they had this one. Like, it's kind of hard to find this color. It's a PlayStation Vita. It's kind of hard to find this color. And this is the color I wanted. But it's used. It didn't come with a box or a manual or the AC adapter. But it doesn't say anything on it about like scratches or dents or anything like that. It's the orange PlayStation Vita. And I like it that it came this way because I can just play it. I don't have to worry about, oh, but I can keep it in the box, or stupid, right? all my other Vitas almost have like boxes, and I have a lot of Vitas. So this was basically $65. And I paid $50 not too long ago for one that had like buttons that didn't work. So then I ordered circuit boards on AliExpress, and I was going to try to fix it, but I haven't gotten around to it because I have to like, I don't even know what the terminology is. Like, I think I can use a soldering, whatever, iron to remove a rivet. I don't know, but I mean, I might as well try because it doesn't work properly. Anyway, this works properly. And I was going to take it to the US with me and play with it. Then my wife's like, "You're not going to have time to play video games. Are you crazy?" And I was like, "You're right. You're absolutely right." And she was right. I actually ended up taking my black Vita. I don't remember. You know what? I took it out and charged it when I got there. And it stayed plugged into the wall the entire 10 days. Like, I never, ever played it. And even if I thought I had time, I was so tired from just dealing with everything. So, but I'm happy to have an orange one. I really like how everything is orange except for these guys. And I might get, there's a screen cover you can get for it that makes this orange as well. And I might grab one of those before they get hard to find, if I can find one. But yeah, I wanted this orange one. So yay. I really like the Vita a lot. And I'm sad to see the physical games dying out, but I mean, it's been around a while, so great. Okay, so that's, I don't know, I guess that's the stuff I wanted to talk about. So I mentioned that I didn't buy any video games when I was in the US. I went to, where did I go? I mean, I went to places like Target and Fred Meyer. I didn't even get to go to Costco, which I always try to go there once, just to kind of check things out, find things I don't need. I just enjoy walking through there. We have it in Japan. We go fairly often, but it's just different. And just a lot of things we wanted to do we couldn't do because people weren't healthy. And weather was bad sometimes too, just a lot of rain and stuff. So, I mean, it's Portland, to be expected. But, I mean, combination of just being so tired and not having a chance to sort of take my time. And also maybe growing up a little bit, kind of getting over it a little bit. Like, I feel like my momentum is shifting away from spending so much money on video games, although I'm still having a hard time. Yeah, it's gonna take time, you know. But I didn't buy anything, and I wasn't really even tempted. There are a few cool things, like there was a NES themed 3DS. It's just a, well, I think it was a 3DS XL, maybe. Yeah, I think that's right. And just when you close it, it looks like a NES controller, I think it is. Then you open it, it's got the colors. And I wanted that because it would go nicely with my Super NES. Too many words for me to know. New 3DS XL, you know, but it was $100, and I didn't want to spend $100 on that. If it was $50, I would have been very tempted. I spent like $40, I think, on a Kratos PSP at one point because I was just like, I need that in my life. Anyway, I didn't buy anything. I looked at a few things, but there was nothing that was just like, man, I need that at all. Like nothing. There's some cool things, but not only do I not want to spend the money, I don't want to use up valuable suitcase space. I mean, unless it's something that I'm just like, I need that. They're having a 2-buy-2 get 1 free sale, and there are certainly 3 new games I would love to have. But I already have a bunch that I'm still playing. It's going to take me forever because I'll never finish them. You know, Red Dead Redemption, I've mentioned this before. Shadows of the Tomb Raider, I have so many games I haven't finished. I don't have time or energy to play them. I want to play them, but I also want to read my books that I got. And, you know, I have to write for work, and I have to go to work, and I have to proofread for work. I have a lot of jobs, and I like my jobs, and who cares? Everybody works, and la-di-da. Whiskey. This would be really easy to mix. Like, it's almost... Huh. Yeah, it'd be really easy to mix. You could put that in Coke and almost not notice it's there. I really wish I had some Coke right now. I should have bought some tonight. Oh well, I'm not putting it back in the little tiny bottle. So, today, I finally bought some video games. And I had more in the basket. What happened is I had like a sudden work meeting that I needed to go to, and I was like, today was going to be my day that I could finally rest and maybe play a game or two, read some book, take a nap. But then one of my bosses from Tokyo, and I'm in Kobe, like it's the whole thing, it was like, this is an opportunity for you to connect with somebody and you should take it. And I was like, yes, I'll do that. So, and it was nice, you know, but yeah, so I didn't have any, I was working basically today from 6 o'clock until 8:30. No big deal. So I bought some stuff and it was, all right then. Some of the things that I put back. Let's see. There was a copy of Layer Section for like less than $20. That's a great game and a great price. It's amazing to me that it hasn't gone up for the Saturn. And I thought about buying it just because it's got to go up, right? But then I just was like, that thinking is why I have so many doubles, and just leave it for somebody else. So I put it back, believe it or not. There's another Saturn game that I wasn't sure if I had bought it or not. And I was like, ah, and I left it. What else did I leave? There was a PCFX baseball game. Like almost all PCFX games are like just dumb, basically, like visual novel type stuff or hentai kind of stuff, or like really not barely a game, you know. There's one shooter on it which is kind of decent, and I basically bought the console and the shooter just so that I could have that. And I have one other game that's, I don't remember even what it is, but I thought, wow, a baseball game. I kind of wish I'd bought it. Maybe I'll go back for it. I can always buy it some other time because now I know it exists. It was $30 or $25, and I was like, eh. I looked at Rambo 3. I thought it was a more expensive game for the Mega Drive, but they had it for $22 or something like that. But I have it, but with no manual. I put that back. I don't know, what else did I put back? I put back quite a few things. I put back Tomb Raider 4 for the Dreamcast because I was like, I'm not sure. I might even have it. You know what I mean? Like I haven't done a complete inventory. I probably never will. So anyway, but I got some good stuff, and I guess I can I'll just show them in order there in the bag because I can't be bothered, really. I don't want to knock over my whiskey. So let's start with a really heavy hitter. Panasonic Real 3DO Interactive Multiplayer Sampler CD. I have no idea what's on this, and I open it up and I still have no idea what's on it. So I'm gonna need to put it in a 3DO and find out. It was at 180 yen, so like $1.50. This was kind of exciting, and I almost didn't buy it. I'm glad I did though. I have very few WonderSwan games, and very few WonderSwan games that I even want anyway. There just aren't that many that I'm interested in. But this one is interesting. And I actually enjoy Space Invaders. Like, I know it's simplistic, but I enjoy it. And I now have a box copy of Space Invaders for the WonderSwan. So that's pretty cool, I think. And the box is, it's not horrible. I mean, it said, there was a sticker that said the box has some damage, but honestly, it's pretty good. It's got a little kind of like, it's kind of caved in on the back, but it can pop out. I don't know, like it looks good there, and that's the important part to me. I was quite happy to get this, and it was, I think, a little less than $10 American, right? So here's a game that I have way too many copies of. I even did a video of it, talking about all the versions of it, but I think that they're going to release one for the Switch, and then that will render that video not obsolete, but sort of inaccurate. But anyway, it's Sayonara. Can I read it? Umihara Kawase, I think that's right. And this game first came out on the Super Famicom, and it's like a platformer, but you use like a fishing pole, and it's kind of a puzzle platformer, really, and it's slow and thoughtful, and I like it. And this is the 3DS version, and for whatever reason, it just hasn't held value in Japan. Held its value. This was $4, and I have it. I think I have it twice. But I don't know, man. I think for $4, I wanted it, so I bought it. Because I'm not sure if I've opened either of the ones that I actually have, because I have so many versions of it. And if that's the case, then, well, now I have one that's open and I can keep those sealed, and yay for sealed games. Break the seal! Or don't. So, that's cool, and that's a good game, and I mean, if you can find it for $4, go for it. I think the physical for the 3DS only came out in Japan, or I can't remember if there's an eShop version outside of Japan, sorry. Let's see. And set that aside for Mo. Drink some beer. It's not even really beer, it's Haposhu. It's 4.5% alcohol. We put it in the fridge because my friend came to check the cat 3 times, so we just loaded it up. And he barely drank any of it, so I guess I'm drinking it now. This, I'm pretty sure I have, but I didn't have this. I think I didn't have this limited version, which comes with a DVD in a big box. And I've been eyeing it for months. And it was on sale for like $16 or something like that. And I played it. It's actually in my 2DS LL right now. And I didn't check this yet, but I believe that you can unlock a bunch of stuff on this, on the game. Like there's a whole bunch of games that are, I mean, this is the, I'm sorry, I can't talk. What is the game called on the DS? Retro Game Challenge. Wow, it's amazing that I came up with that. So that came out in Japan as well, but they had two of them. And then there's this one for the 3DS. Okay? And there's a whole story about like this TV show and blah blah blah. And this is the Bandai Namco Special. So anyway, these are awesome because they have shoot 'em ups on. Like that's my whole thing. I like the other stuff too and the retro nostalgia. Like they've made games that are similar to games, you know, that 30, 40, 50 somethings remember from back in the day. So yeah, and I was playing the shoot 'em up, and the thing is, I don't remember. I feel like I bought it new and then I didn't get stuff unlocked fast enough and it got frustrating, but like, I think everything's unlocked on this, and I could be wrong about that. Maybe that's just how they are. But I was, yeah, glad to get it, and I want to watch this DVD, which I guess I could show you. Why not? And it has some text in English. A long time ago, there was a middle-aged man who loved games called Cacho. Someone would ask if he was brilliant at playing games, but that was far from the truth, though. I think that's supposed to rhyme. One day, and then that's the story, I guess. See? And on the back, it's got Dragon Ball, Hello Pac-Man, Game Center CX, talking about one of the DS ones, and then Game Center CX, yeah, not sure what else in here, but it's this. And that'll be interesting to watch, and it's, how long is it? Holy crap, it's 170 minutes. It's 2 discs. What? Wait a minute. Oh, it's a 2-set, I don't know. Anyway, it's 1 disc, but 170 minutes, nice. That'll be fun to watch. I'm looking forward to that, actually. I've thought about getting into collecting these because there's like a whole bunch of them, but maybe I'll think about it again after I watch this one. Okay, so yeah, might as well talk about this now. We're down to the end here, so this is something that I need. Like I need, I don't know, a hole in my head, I guess is what people say, but I mean, I definitely need this more than I need a hole in my head. But I totally don't need this. However, it was so cheap. And I think it was one of those things where they have one cheap thing to get people to come. And then until somebody buys it, it's like, hey, we've got this cheap thing. Because it was surrounded by the same thing, which were like $40 or $50 more. Anyway, it's a new Nintendo 2DS LL, just a plain one, not like a themed one. But it's complete. And it's in basically perfect condition. I couldn't find any scratches. And it has the film on the top screen and the bottom screen. There's like no dirt, like there's nothing wrong with it. It's almost like new. The box is, well, here's the box. I mean, the box is, it's fine. And I paid $65. I paid basically the same for these two things. Nice. But what I like about this is it's just like, it's nothing special. It's not like a Zelda version or a Super Nintendo. I don't know. And I just, if it gets scratched up, I'm not going to have a cow about it. However, it does have the box, so I'll still be kind of careful. I don't know. But I ended up playing it today with this game. And it was just cool to think that I got these 3. I mean, it's not like a barnbuster end of the world like Armageddon. This is out of control kind of deal. But for all 3 of these, I paid $80, I think. So is that right? 60, 80, 85. Wait a minute. Why can't I remember math? 25, so 90. Sorry, $90. But I thought that was pretty, because this is like immaculate. So that was really cool. And the last thing I want to show you, and those are all things that I took to the register, and I'm like, yeah, let me look at them. I want to buy them. And then I was almost late to work because I asked to talk to the manager about, okay, so there's one other that I forgot about these 4 games, and it's, I'm dumb. Like, when I was just in the US and I didn't buy any American games. But in Japan, when I see Western game, like not Japanese releases, like American releases or PAL releases, sometimes they appear on the shelves. I just get excited. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm like, ooh, English. And I'm willing to pay a little bit more than I would if I was buying it in like the US. So I think I might even have this in my tiny little Dreamcast collection, but I don't have a list, and I bought it. And I paid $5. So it's dead or alive too. For the American, or the North American, I should say, Sega Dreamcast. And that's cool. And so what happened is I talked to the manager. I was like, look, man, we both know you want to get rid of these. They are a pain in your butt because there's the chance, there's the risk that you're going to sell them to some Japanese person who doesn't realize that they won't play on their Japanese console, or one of your salespeople will forget to tell them, whatever. They're going to take it home, and then they'll be like, that doesn't work. It's a liability. I'm here to help you. I want to help you. Help me help you. You think you could take the price down a bit on these? And like he just went straight to the cash register and started making new price tags. So he made new price tags because they're a little overpriced. The next one for the Xbox is Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. Yay. I don't remember. I think it was $4. Next, Battle Racing Ignited. Forgiveness is for losers. Burnout Revenge. Yeah, this one was a bit more. It was like $8. I think this game's kind of in demand, but whatevs. License to Annihilate. Oh, that's an advertisement for the PSP game. So, and I might have this as well. I'm not sure, but like I said, I get all excited when I find non-Japanese games in Japanese game stores. And this one I'm pretty sure I didn't have. And this is sort of like one of those games where if you have a PS2 collection, and I think maybe I have close to 100 games actually for my non-Japanese PS2 collection. If you don't have this game, what do you like? Do you even consider yourself a gamer? Like, this is one of those games that if you don't have it on your shelf, like, why even bother? And it's racing on steroids. Super Trucks Racing. Wrestle with 5 tons of metal throbbing at 1,400 horsepower at speeds over 150 miles per hour. Super Trucks Racing is a true test of racing skill, featuring real teams, trucks, drivers, and tracks, in the perfect combination of real racing action and over-the-top gaming. It has instant replay, multiple driving views. But are there beds in the cab? That's what I want to know, because I want to sleep. So, I don't remember if I showed this part. Oh, that makes sense. So this is interesting. I think they purposely put the manuals in backwards so that they're less likely to get damaged. Not a full color manual, shocking. But oh, remember manuals. Ah, sweet manuals. Okay, down to the last one. And this was the first one actually that I saw, because I was going in there just to browse. I didn't plan to buy anything. I was just killing time because I didn't have enough time to come home after my business meeting, and then so I lied about working from 6 to 8:30. Huh? I shopped in between. Anyway, what? Yeah, it was killing time. But I saw this game. It has come out very recently. Well, it's a remaster, and it was $10, and I bought it. Although I'd rather have it on the Xbox One. I can play it on the Xbox One, I think, anyway. So, not that I need any more boxed PlayStation 4 games. Holy moly, that control got out of control. That collection got out of control in a hurry. But I played this so much on both the 360 and the PS3 that ooh, what did I just show you? Nothing important, good. I don't know if I'm going to play this very much. But what's cool about it is it has all the DLC, I believe, on the disc. I'm a fan of that. So this is like the complete edition, and that's really cool. So that's it. That's what I bought. I spent a little over $100 today, and it felt good. I didn't, I felt like I shouldn't be buying games because, I spent a lot of money traveling and, doing all that, but it was nice to go and not have to worry about who's sick and who's puking and who needs a diaper change. And changing a poop-loaded diaper on a plane with turbulence and a tiny little bathroom, and these are fun times that we live in, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. It was a really hard trip, but I feel like after all of it, I'm more grounded maybe, and certainly just more prepared. I can do more things as a dad that I didn't know how to do before because I had to do them, and also just things that before I thought were just really stressful and a pain in the butt. Now it's like, I mean, not all of them, but a lot of things, because I just remember what we went through on this trip so that everybody could meet her. So let me say this. If you have friends or family who bring their toddler to see you and they travel, like, treat them like royalty, because they do not really want to. I mean, yeah, they want you to meet their toddler, but man, I'm telling you, flying with an 18-month-old is not something that you would just, it's not fun. It's not fun. Okay, so I'm glad I got through that in under an hour. I'm sorry it was boring, and, not. But you got Neo Trio. You got that, and we'll share that. We'll always have that. And I still have so much beer. I should have been drinking faster, because that might have increased, like, the energy level. And, oh, I gotta hurry up and do a squad arena battle. I'll just forfeit it because I want to get my daily reward for doing all of the missions for the day. So I can't be bothered to actually fight it. Come on, is your turn ever gonna end? I'm using a Night Sister squad right now. I'm talking about, I don't even remember what it's called, even though I've been playing it for like 3 years. What is this game? Forfeit. Yes, it's Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I play it usually on my iPhone. And now I just play because of momentum. And because I spent money on it in the past and I feel obligated. And because I'm a guild leader, even though I suck at it because I don't actually care. I'm just like, yeah, everybody, have fun, do your thing, whatever. And people aren't joining our guild anymore because it's like, yeah, I don't know. But I still play this stupid game. Why? I told you why. That's the reason. Or those are the reasons. I don't think I have anything else to say. I'm just sitting here wondering if I have something else to say and thinking, man, if I would have drunk that beer faster. I'm tired. Happy New Year. And peace out. That's a reference to Kip from Napoleon Dynamite. If you haven't seen Napoleon Dynamite, what's wrong with you? Where's Kip? Kip! Right there. That's Kip. He says peace out. And he also says, yes! Etc.